This is the last episode in the whole show with the original intro. Here it is, take it all in. I promised I'd give the extended intro its own video, but it won't be right away. I've got a break from work coming up, so that'll be like an extra bonus video that week. I'll also take the time to do side-by-side comparisons with the old one and the new one. Again, extra video. Regular Gemology episodes will release at regular times. I mentioned crying last episode, but we've got a phone streak going on too. Someone's phone has played some sort of role in a lot of the past several episodes. Actually, looking back, the last episode without a phone was also political power, meaning the crying streak and the phone streak are neck and neck. Let's see if a character cries in this episode. Sniffling Croissant doesn't count. I'm talking about an actual character in the actual show, not a character in the fake show.
You guys should take this online quiz I found. It tells you what character you are from Crying Breakfast Friends.
Oh, BuzzFeed quizzes. Do those still exist? I haven't thought about them in years. Oh, fuck, there's a Steven Universe one. Which crystal gem from Steven Universe are you? I guess we're doing this. Pick a drink. I like soda. Pick a food item. I like pizza. Okay. Important guests are coming and your house is a mess. What do? I'll pick up a few things. I don't think... Okay, I'll do this one. That's fine. This is a long one. Your crush, who is also your best friend, just started dating someone. They're dating... I don't relate to any of these. I don't care. I guess I don't care. But I actually care. I don't care. I thought this would just be like, oh, pick your favorite dog breed or something. No, we're doing... The people who literally have ruined your life are here to ruin it even more. I'm not afraid of some bully, I guess. I don't... Which is your dream bedroom? Is that a big fish tank? Oh, I want the big fish tank. That's cool. Or is it like a terrarium? Either way, I want that. What does this have to do with being a crystal? I think that's the theme of all of these BuzzFeed things. What do you do in your free time? Some productive. What is your favorite color? I like purple. Which friend are you in the group? I'm the smart one. What is your overall thought on the planet? I love everything about this place, I think. Oh, shit, I got Amethyst. Honestly, not too unexpected. I don't know what any of those questions had to do with, being Amethyst, but like I don't know what the bedroom had to do with that. Anyway, sorry, that was a weird detour. Let's never do that again. So there's some actual van repair going on. I take it Pearl helped reattach the door that got blown off in the return. I could have sworn the van got magically repaired in between episodes like all the store windows throughout the town, but I guess not.
Do you understand that cartoon show?
I don't understand anything anymore.
This is just as exploitable as that I used to like cartoons line from Space Race. I'm surprised I don't see it used more often. I guess I'll keep it in my back pocket when I start to review other shows again. This is an exploitable frame. Bam, you could put anything on his phone. Look at him, he's watching Monkey Slaps Lion, the greatest video on the internet.
Garnet, what are you doing in my room?
I like the difference in Amethyst's reaction to Garnet being in her room versus when Pearl was in here in season 1. Amethyst definitely has a lot more respect for Garnet. Like, she could be pissed that she's here, but she's not gonna shout at her and chew her out like she would to Pearl.
I saw a corrupted gem. I followed it through the tunnel it dug in the rock.
Wait, a gem monster in the temple? What are the implications of that? I can understand how it happens. All of the bubbles are kept in the temple, so if one pops, of course it's gonna get loose. But like, what kind of damage could a gem monster do in here? Clearly it can burrow through the walls and stuff. I wonder what would happen if it got to that crystal heart thing and started doing damage to that. Would that destroy the whole inside of the temple?
You saw the slinker?
I thought we agreed there was no slinker and that we weren't going to call it the slinker.
Amethyst has the same thoughts as me when this show comes up with goofy names for things. Like in this episode, they start using the word poof. Oh, I hate that. It's just so goofy for something that's otherwise really serious. I just wish they came up with something cooler, even if it's some magical nonsense, like discorporate. Shout outs to all the Stranger in a Strange Land fans out there. There's going to be a lot of pausing to look at the junk in this room. In this shot I can see a gyroid from Animal Crossing and that anatomy model that appeared in Ocean Gem when Pearl was putting a school together.
Look, Steven, I'm a pachyderm. Oh, and there's a prize inside.
That's a straight up dead guy. Amethyst was right about having bones in her room. Human bones. She probably goes and loots battlefields after wars and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she has a tank in here or something. There are 2 TVs in this pile that don't get destroyed. Nothing to add to the tally just yet. Oh, there's a broken TV. Garnet just yeeted that thing at full power. How many are we at? 3? I don't think I'm going to count this one, though. This doesn't belong to Steven. Not to mention a lot of stuff gets broken in this episode. Several TVs included. I don't think I can reasonably count all of them. Like, this video is going to have to come out eventually. That also being said, I'm going to try to leave the background analysis for later, during a live stream probably. Otherwise, I'm going to be here all day.
Did you get it?
No.
This is a pretty funny visual gag. Garnet's gems don't go flying off, they just get repositioned to her hand stumps. Do you think this is where her gems are anytime she gets her gauntlets out? Do her hands even exist when she summons her gauntlets? And there it is. First of all, Amethyst dies. That's the whole basis of this episode. Secondly, Steven coins the word poof. I gave my thoughts on that word already. But now that we know that gems can die and come back, that's now solidified as a rule, with both Pearl and Garnet having reformed. There aren't really any high stakes for being, poofed, is there? They're just out of the fight for a short time. Steven's crying, add 1 to the cry streak. That's 6 episodes in a row at this point.
Huh? Looks like you grew a few feet since the last time I saw you. Yup, yup, yup.
I swear to God, this joke is the sole reason this episode exists. Some writer thought this joke was so funny that they wrote a whole story around it. To be fair, it's a great story, it's a great episode.
That was fast. Even for you.
Interesting. One unique ability Amethyst has against the other gems is ridiculously fast regeneration. Pearl took 2 weeks to regenerate. I assume Steven was out cold for several hours while Ruby and Sapphire were regenerating. Amethyst here comes back after less than a minute. I'd assume her normal time is 5 to 10, probably. Keep all that info in your back pocket for later episodes.
Wow, I want 4 legs too.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, this episode is body horror. It ramps up slowly, but each time Amethyst reforms in this episode, her form gets more unhinged. Maybe horror is the wrong word, it just makes me uneasy. I guess horror can just mean an uneasy feeling. I love Steven in this frame. He's like a prey animal. No thoughts going on inside that head.
You know I can hear you.
Remember all those theories people had that gems didn't have ears? I don't know if there are believers in that still, but here's your indisputable proof that gems can have ears. Maybe ears aren't a requirement on gems, but this is actually the second time Amethyst is drawn with an ear. The first being back in Beach Party.
Amethyst gem!
Alright, I'm about to get nitpicky, brace yourselves. Is it really Amethyst's gem, or is it Amethyst's whole self? This gem is Amethyst, as far as I can tell. This does get into the philosophy of what someone is, even humans. Are people just their brains? Can a person exist without their mind? I know a gem can't exist without their gemstone, because their gem is their whole being. Their bodies are just projections coming out of the gemstone. But that body is an expression of what's inside that stone. How much of a gem is mineral and how much of it is the body? It's probably a philosophical question with no cut and dry answer.
You're right. This is much better.
She did get all of the Pearl details on point, though none of Pearl's outfit is in her size, so you got things like these socks or whatever being all floppy. And what's with that ribbon? I didn't even realize Pearl had a ribbon until I saw this episode for the first time.
I feel practically perfect.
Amethyst hits Steven in the face a couple times with her hair when she does this spin.
I need to loquaciously converse so I can show off how smart I am.
Look, she's making the same point I made last video of people using big words just to sound smart.
This is not a good choice for your form.
Lighten up, Garnet. Can't you take a joke?
It's not funny. You've made yourself ridiculous.
I feel like this is another one of those allegories, like fusion, that can be a stand-in for a bunch of different things. I personally see it working as an allegory for substance abuse or self-harm or something. I don't know for sure, but again, with any allegory, it could be anything, depending on how you interpret it. There's no correct answer. The curtains could also just be blue, that's always a possibility. When gems reform, they kind of flip through all of their previous forms. It happens a few times in the show, and a great example is when Pearl reforms in Steven the Sword Fighter. I think Amethyst has died and come back so many times that she just forms into this blob of light. Too many forms for the animators to handle. There were a couple of cohesive ones in there, though.
You know, I wasn't feeling this at first, but I think I might be coming around.
Why is your hair bigger? Or is your head smaller?
Does that new form hurt you?
God, that one line is like the most body horror of all the body horror in the show. Like, Amethyst is clearly uncomfortable, and it's making Steven uncomfortable. Nobody likes to look at this. Don't use steroids, kids. This is the only good look at the Slinker. It kind of looks like a flytrap plant mixed with a squid. There's also no visible gem on its body, so part of me wonders if it's a gem at all. We'll never know because, believe it or not, it goes uncaptured by the end of this episode.
I can't tell you, Amethyst. You have to figure this out for yourself.
Ah! She can't. She doesn't want to think about herself.
This is what working with kids is like, man. At least some of them. There's a lack of self-awareness in some of them. I guess some adults are like that too. If Steven wasn't here to catch Amethyst and she hit the ground in just the wrong way, would she just be dead for good? Oh god. Very subtle effect here. Steven's hands stay the same, but the background changes. That's a classic transition trope, but what they did in addition to that is change the lighting reflected off her gem, since we're in a different environment now. That's awesome attention to detail.
It is a marked improvement. You finally fixed that shoulder strap that's always bugged me.
That's such a Pearl thing to say. I'll be honest, it's bugged me on occasion as well. Wait, is that why Amethyst and Pearl take such different amounts of time to reform? Pearl took 2 weeks because she was mulling over every single minute detail, wanting to get everything perfect. Meanwhile, Amethyst is just like, it's purple and it's in my size.
We gotta go find the Slinker.
No, it's hug time.
Like I said before, we never get closure on the Slinker. It's probably still out there. I do love this episode. I think it's one of those stories that's trying to teach a moral, but it doesn't present it in a ham-fisted way. It leaves it open to interpretation. Like, it could have been teaching a bunch of different morals. Not to mention, this was a magic-heavy episode. We got more information about what goes into a gem's form when they die and come back. What the limitations are, how far they can push it. I always like seeing the magic system expanded. And I always like an Amethyst episode. If you want to discuss this episode more, you can join the forum at sourcemaster.net. And if you want to see new episodes a week before they premiere on YouTube, you can subscribe to my Patreon for just a couple bucks. The link is in the description, as always. Shoutouts to my master patron, Geeky Game Guru, master of getting the color settings on the TV just right, the first time, every time. And shoutouts to my journeyman patrons, Henri Wickers, Bananas Are Violet, Boomblurb, Dr. Moon, Gage M, Gizmo, Horsey Jumper, Jerry, Max Buchek, Murky Water 6, Rose Quartz, Silly Alien Lady, Scala LD, Void Heart, Yotawo, and ZT the Fish Guy. Next episode is Sworn to the Sword. That episode's awesome. I think all of Season 2 I'm going to mention the next episode and say that episode's awesome. But it is.